Hi.
Hello, seventh graders.
Hi.
Hello.
Okay.
Hello.
So we're working on area and circumference of circles today. We've moved on to circles. Yay.
Yep.
Okay. So do we have a learning target?
No.
No, it's right here.
Our learning
Area
target today
is learning how to find the area and the circumference of circles.
Using formulas.
Yes.
So those of you guys who only watch the video, you're gonna miss out on the learning target.
I know.
I hope you have your volume up.
Yeah.
'Cause-
Oh, did you know if they watch it on YouTube, they can watch it with closed captionings?
That is awesome.
So if they
closed
subscribe-
captioning is where you can where the words show up as well
If they
as the
subscribe
sound.
to me on YouTube, I have a student that does this, and then she'll put on the closed captionings and watch it.
That's why I have a student I just
a
learned
great
this week
idea.
that doesn't listen to us. He just presses play and writes everything down. I'm like, you're missing all the fun.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So, circumference is. Miss Newsom has a phone call. Circumference is around the circle. It's basically the perimeter of a
Of a circle. It's like the distance from one point to all the way to back where it
Yeah.
ends again. Yeah.
So we've got circumference equals 2 pi r. Pi is 3.14. Pi is just, it's an irrational number. It doesn't ever end. The beginning of it is 3.14. R is your radius. 2 is 2. I hope you know 2.
2. And since they're all next to each other, what are you going to be doing to them all?
You're going to multiply them all together.
Multiply them all by each other. Yes.
You'll also see another way to see the formula for circumference is circumference equals pi d, which is pi times the diameter. The radius is actually half of the diameter. Do we have a picture of a circle
Well,
at
2
all?
times r
there.
is d.
Okay. So if we have a circle, this here is my radius, which is halfway through the circle. Then my diameter is all the way across the circle. So we've got diameter, radius. Radius is half. Radius is a smaller word. It's shorter. And the radius is shorter than the diameter. So if I had a diameter of 10, what would my radius be?
5.
Yeah, because it's half. If I had a diameter of 3, what would my radius be?
would be 1.5.
Yeah. So that's circumference of a circle. Area of a circle.
Oh gosh, how would you find the area of a
What is
circle?
area?
What is area? The space on the inside.
It's not the outside. Circumference was around the outside. Area's on the inside. There you go.
Awesome.
Look at that.
Circle
Circumference.
going around is the circumference. All
Area.
the inside is the
Oh,
area.
and one other cool important thing they do need to know about circumference and their diameter, that the ratio of your, if you have your diameter, which is all the way across, I don't want to mess up your pretty picture.
Well, I was about to say real quick, for your video quiz, this is the pretty picture you're gonna have to draw. So when we say on number, I don't know, maybe number 2, draw the pretty picture. This is a pretty picture, so you better pay attention. I would label it right now, pretty picture. Don't label it for them. They have to do it in their own notes.
I know.
So if
I'm
you're
helping
listening to
too
this
much.
video,
They do have to be listening.
So right here, you're gonna write pretty picture, and when we ask you, this is the one you're gonna have to draw. Just FYI.
Okay, so one thing about the circle, you've got the diameter that goes all the way across. The whole thing about pi, everyone's like, well, where did pi come from? Pi is actually this diameter spread around the circumference of your circle. Well, how many times can the diameter go around your circle?
Well, how much is pi worth?
3.14159.
So about 3.14 times.
Yeah. So I have to give a shout out to Brandon Sims this week. He came up to me and I showed Miss Green this too with a great math pun. And it was, what was it, Miss Green? What was the...
Something about pumpkin.
It was something about, the circumference. If he took the circumference or the diameter of his, if a jack-o'-lantern had the perimeter of his circle and something about that, we have to find it. Brandon's got to find this for us. We got to tell you. Brandon, find me this. Find it again. But the answer was pumpkin pie, and it was great because it was the circumference and it put together the ratio. Oh, I meant to find it. Anyways, area inside. So Brandon's got to find us that. Area is pi r squared. What does that little 2 mean?
That's an exponent. It means r times r. Whatever value r is, you're going to multiply it by itself.
So right here, Ms. Green has written out nicely for us. 3.14 times radius times radius. I'm going to put a little multiplication symbol in there. That's all it's stating is pi times the radius times the radius.
Will give you the area.
Oh, that's pretty easy.
Yeah, it doesn't seem too bad.
Okay, let's practice. So we've got circumference and area. We're given what? What information are we given?
We are given the value or the length of the radius.
Okay, so it's the radius. So circumference, we said the formula for circumference was...
Well, they kind of get a choice here. They can either do 2 pi r or pi d.
I think the easiest one is 2 pi r because we've got a radius.
That's fine.
So let's do 2 pi r. Our radius is what?
4.
So 2 pi times 4. That's not too bad. 2 times 4 is?
8.
So 8 times pi, which is 8 times 3.14.
25 or something, let's see.
8 times 4 is 32. 8, 9, 10, 11, 24, 25.
I was right on it.
25.12. Yeah, with your calculator. Look at me. I got it over here. So it's 25.12 inches is your circumference.
Which is the distance around the circle.
So that means it's 25.12 inches around the circle. That doesn't seem too bad, does it? Seem too bad to you guys?
No, you just got to plug everything in and solve.
Cool. I like this whole plug and solve. Area. What did we say the formula for area was?
Pi r squared.
Area equals pi r squared. So I've got area equals pi times 4 squared?
Mm-hmm. And we know 4 times 4 is
16. So pi times 16. And so we would do 3.14 times 16. I'll work it out for you guys. 24, 6, 7, 8, 18, 0, 4, 1, 3. So it'd be 4, 12, and
5. Put the decimal between the
I was getting there. 50.24 inches. And area is always written with a little square right there. This doesn't seem too bad. All we're doing is plugging it in and solving.
Wait till you get to the next one.
Challenge
No, I have a diameter.
Ba-bam. Yep.
Okay, so this one is easy too. Anyone else want to do it?
Prove it.
Okay, I'll do it.
I'll do it, whatever.
Oh, you want it?
Yeah. I'm going to do it differently. Well, since we're given the diameter, I'm going to solve the circumference by using the second one, pi d.
Pi d.
Because it fits a lot better. I'm given the whole diameter. Let me just go ahead and solve it using that value.
And then I don't have to do the extra multiplication step.
Right.
Or a division step, and then a multiplication step. That just seems silly.
Right.
So
So I'm just going to multiply pi times 6.
I love how you write your pies.
I always do the squiggly line.
It's like a similar
So yeah, that's all you got to do, guys. And pi, the value is 3.14. Always remember that. It's a little longer, but we always shorten it to that. Times 6. So I'm going to use my calculator just to make the video go by.
18.84.
18.84. And what is the measurements? Feet. All right. That is our circumference. Remember, our circumference starts at one point, goes around the entire circle, and meets back up to that point. Okay? Now the area, remember we talked about this a minute ago, the area is all this space in between. The formula we just went over is
Pi r squared.
Pi r squared.
And guys, you don't have to memorize these formulas. You get a formula sheet. These are all on your formula sheet, so don't worry about that. If you're like, oh my gosh, I can't memorize, we're going to give it to you.
Yes. Okay, so we know that pi, I'm going to go ahead and write the value is 3.14. And we know r is going to be squared. All right.
The radius, though, it didn't give us the radius. How do we find that?
Well, it's given us the diameter, and we know the radius is half of the diameter.
So it's 3?
Half of 6 would be 3.
Oh.
So I'm going to work 3 squared out first, which is
9.
3 times 3, which is 9. And I'm going to multiply it by pi.
So 3.14 times 9 is
somewhere around 28.26. And that is feet. And remember what Coach Grove said? It's always squared. And that is the entire area that would fit inside this circle.
Not too bad. I think we have one more.
Wait till we get to the next one.
No! But there's words, not just circles.
Yep. There's no circles.
Michelle went swimming around a swimming pool?
Yes.
With a circumference of 32 feet. I'm assuming this is
Where
a
else would
circular...
she go swimming around?
Well, it said around a swimming pool, so I was a little worried. Okay, anyways, she went swimming around a circular swimming pool?
Well, if it says circumference,
Yeah.
duh.
You know it's a circular
circumference
pool.
of 32 feet. What's the area of the pool?
You're
What?
making fun of my word problem. I thought it was adorable.
It is adorable.
It is very
But you know what I don't like? That there's not a picture.
I'm gonna draw a picture.
Always draw, which you're gonna get problems with. You're gonna get word problems.
When in doubt,
Draw a picture.
Wait.
Draw it out. What? Say it
Why
again.
do I not have a radius or diameter?
when in doubt, draw it out.
But I don't have a radius or diameter.
But what you do have is the circumference.
So you mean I can set up an equation?
Right. We'll label the circle so you know what the circumference is. 32 feet. So we know that the
goes
whole
around.
the amount around is 32 feet.
32 feet. That's a bad 32. I'm sorry.
And we're trying to find the area.
Okay.
Okay.
But don't we have to start with circumference?
We do because we have to work back and solve for either the radius or the diameter, right?
Yeah. Okay. So circumference equals pi times diameter. And we know that
The
32
circumference?
equals pi d. So do I divide by pi?
Yes,
And
ma'am.
divide by
To
pi?
get D by itself.
So what is 32 divided by pi? Let's use our handy dandy calculator here today. If I get 100%, I might let them use calculators.
Me too.
If I have 100% on videos, you get calculators.
I can't promise that.
So we are doing 32
I can't promise that.
divided by, oops. So we're at 10.19 equals diameter. So now we're looking for the area. So I need area equals pi r squared. I need my radius. How do I get my radius if I have my diameter?
Divide by 2.
So divide by 2, and that gives me 5.1 equals my radius. So we've got area equals pi times 5.1 squared. So 5.1 squared is 5.1 times 5.1, which is 26.01, times pi. So we've got pi times 26.01 equals area. Area equals 81.7 feet squared.
So, I do want to point something out. If you are using the calculator and use the pi button, you will get a different value than if you use 3.14.
I don't think they know where the pi button is on these calculators.
Okay, so they should always use 3.14.
Yeah, use
So I always
3.14.
write 3.14, just so everybody knows. You can always write the value out so you don't have to
Yeah.
see that pi symbol or whatever.
I
And
just
it's
like
going
the
to be
pi
off by a
symbol.
little bit because 3.14 is an estimation.
Already.
So
Yeah.
technically this should say here. It should be
approximately
approximately.
81.7.
Yeah, all of these should have
I
approximately
just wanted
symbols.
to point that out.
Yes,
I'm
good.
thankful that you did because
Yes.
when you take your test that's given by the district,
They don't get calculators.
that's right.
Right, and it's important to know the value of pi is
Yes.
3.14.
Oh, but what I was going to say, the answers in the
Can I
book.
show them? Okay. You can keep going. I'm just gonna show them something cool.
Oh, I was just going to say the answers in the whatchamacallit, they have the answers for pi, I think.
Yeah.
There's 3.14. If I flip it and reverse it,
into pi.
You could have just turned it upside down.
look at that. Is that what you could have done? I don't know.
No, I don't think
Anyways, it spells pi.
Yay!
3.14 backwards
Backwards,
spells
it's pi.
pi.
Pi Day
So,
is like my
there's a way to remember it or
favorite day
whatever.
of the year, guys. Seriously, I love Pi Day. It's coming up soon, March 14th.
I love
314.
Fridays.
Yeah. Anyways, we'll talk
Goodbye.
about circumference area a little more. It'll be fun. It's just plugging into the formulas. Bye.
Bye.